What's happened to animals during these wildfires is absolutely heartbreaking.
Hi there. How many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out.
Rescue groups say that they have saved more than 400 animals since this tragedy began. Paws of is part of a coalition of rescue groups organized by Judy Mancuso and her organization called Social Compassion. She's been connecting victims with lost or needy pets with rescue organizations. People still cannot get back into their homes to check on their pets. I've asked the city and also LA Animal Services for comment. So far, nothing.
By the time I was able to get to the PCH, I tried to run across 2 or 3 times to get in there and see if there's any pets. And as I was running, a car drove by me. I heard, "Billy!" And it was Aaron Christensen from Animal Advocacy Network.
Mayor Lonnie McGrady from Santa Monica here, and I met him across the street at the Santa Monica Animal Shelter, and he was collecting supplies and had volunteers working. He's going in, saving livestock, pets.
Thank you, Mayor.
We got her. Okay, thank you. Good coffee. Good girl. Good job.
Just a minute snapshot of the mayhem during the Los Angeles firestorm that animal rescuers compare to mistakes made 20 years ago in Hurricane Katrina.
400 to 500,000 animals perished.
Social Compassion founder and president Judy Mancuso is the woman leading the charge.
People think, oh, I'll leave the animal at home. It's more comfortable. We'll probably only be gone for a few hours or a day.
And the only reason that hundreds have been saved really is because of these good-hearted rescuers, and they are just begging for more help from the city before it's too late.
One of the issues that was discussed a lot during the first few days after the Eaton and Palisades fires were about the lack of response and empathy shown by the city of LA for animals in the burn areas.
I mean, where are the agencies to protect animals that were rescued from homes? Where do they go?
LA City has been completely missing in action. We have asked for a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with the city, with the county.
An MOU with whom? Hi.
Hi. He would like to work with us because he's been saving livestock, cattle on our farm, police horses, pets, and he has credentials to get in. But he'd like to work with you to have a better opportunity to do that.
I think you should work with OEM, the Office of Emergency Management,
Okay,
because I agree that the work. What's your name?
Aaron Christensen.
Aaron, nice to meet you. Thank
Pleasure.
you for your work out there.
Thank you for everything you're doing.
Yeah. So, Mayor, I'll make sure that I tie him in with LA County OEM. I agree that his work is important, but I'm not the MOU person.
And what this does is it gives authority to approve animal disaster responders and mutual aid, a centralized computer system, a centralized number. Pasadena Humane, they moved all their animals that were in the shelter out to other shelters to bring in all the evacuee animals and the ones they were picking up on the street.
PETA has issued this statement. Wildfires have been raging in Los Angeles for almost a week, and formal appeals to the city of Los Angeles have gone unanswered.
We had a FEMA-certified disaster response team ready to go in and save animals.
But they wouldn't let us in.
The city had no plan. Messages into the mayor's office went unanswered.
Our animals depend on us to have a plan when there's a disaster.
They can't drive away.
They can't call 911.
This can't happen again.
Judy, what's going on?
Well, we finally got them to answer.
Are there any proposals now that have been born or created out of the disaster that we just experienced here in California, or in anticipation of the next one?
Yes, we are doing a bill with a Santa Monica representative, Assembly Member Zabur.
It's called the Found Act, or Oreo's Law, named after the lost Pomeranian.
That story kind of represented everything in a nutshell.
It's one of the most memorable moments from the Los Angeles fires. Millions around the world moved by that heartwarming reunion. So much so, it's now inspiring a new push for change. And a proposed California law shared first with NBC News aimed at helping better save animals left behind during natural disasters. Los Angeles Assemblymember Rick Chavez-Zubir has authored the Found Act, Friends of Oreo Uniting During Disasters, which he says will require cities update their emergency plans to allow evacuees or a designated representative to be escorted into an evacuation area to safely retrieve their pet, and create better systems like a hotline to help residents find their missing animals. Animal rights advocate Judy Mancuso says this bill would be the first of its kind.
Do you have any sense of how many animals and pets may have been left behind from these fires?
I think it's a devastating number. It's definitely thousands. People weren't home.
That's what happened with Casey, who was at work when the fire began. We first met him while pleading to get past a roadblock to save his dogs, Tika Tika and Oreo. A firefighter was able to save Tika Tika, but Oreo ran away, sparking a days-long search before the viral reunion.
Casey Colvin reconnected with CAL FIRE Battalion Chief Brent Pasqua, who played a key role in protecting the dogs when the blazes began.
I saved your life! This guy saved your life! And you look like a Ken doll!
Brent spoke to Liz about how much Oreo must have went through.
If that dog could talk, he would have a story to tell. He would have a national bestseller.
We're trying to use the moment that we have to help other people.
The proposed law will now work its way through the legislative process here in California. Casey says he hopes to testify alongside Oreo at the state capitol next month. And if it passes, supporters tell us they hope it could be replicated nationwide in other states to help during all kinds of natural disasters.
Always look for the helpers. That's a quote from Mr. Rogers. Always look for the helpers.